Hello, everyone. I'm Betty, and welcome back. Hope you're all doing well and managing the current energies. I know it can be a bit much with each day, something new is happening and the energies are shifting, and so it's a bit of a roller coaster ride. So, we'd like to go into it a little bit more of what's happening to help you kind of understand not everything is as what is appears. It's becoming very evident at this time that we are getting closer to our planetary division. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Gaia, our beloved planet, will ascend, meaning that the Earth will shift and split into parallel versions of itself according to frequencies. Now, this has been prophesized by the ancients for a very long time, and we are actually living within that time frame where we have this massive change. And so we get to witness it. Yeah, and they're making me laugh, as they always say, we get bragging rights to say that we were here when the planet ascended, because it is a massive change, and the whole solar system is watching us experience this. So as Gaia accelerates and quickens, we will reach a light quotient that leads us to the natural separation and expansion of frequencies. And at the time of separation, all those who are a vibratory match to the new Earth will remain. And all those that are not a vibratory match will depart and return to their predestined locations, with some transitioning to different quadrants throughout the universe. Upon Gaia's ascension, all will move into the dimensions that are equal to their vibration. This may be a parallel version of Earth, the planet of origin, or a particular star system. So, yes, thank you. If soul contracted, yes, thank you. Those vibrating at the fifth dimension and above will become the creators of the new Earth, where love and compassion will reign as we move into the age of compassion. We will leave behind all the old experiences of conflict and war and move into the era of peace, which, I don't know about you, it sounds pretty good to me. We would like to mention that in previous 3D planetary shifts, the inhabitants would normally experience 3 days of darkness. This happens throughout the universe with lower dimensional planets, and it's the time of shifting, where you're in the void and then you emerge to wherever you're supposed to be. But because we've already achieved a higher light quotient at this moment, it's unlikely that we will experience this. To me, it feels more like a dream state, and when you wake up, you're just in a different dimension of light. And now we've all experienced ascension before, otherwise we would not be here. So you can think of us as ascension specialists, and we've volunteered and were chosen to be here to help shift the planet at the time. They are showing me the Harry Potter hat, the sorting hat from the Harry Potter movie, where the children get sorted into their houses according to their abilities. We too are being sorted only according to our vibrations. So don't take it as you were good or bad or right or wrong. It's just simply, what are you vibrating at, and you will go to that same plane of existence. So with each increment of light we receive, more individuals will also leave, going to where they are contractually coded to be. There is no need to fear or worry about this division, as we never lose our connection to our soul family. They are always with us. And as you return or you move up into the higher dimensions, you're well aware of this and you're able to communicate and connect all the time. And there's not that veil of amnesia or to block you from seeing them. So the masters really don't want you to be concerned about this. They're saying it's all going to go smoothly, even though externally it doesn't look like that right now. So as you experience each increment of light, you may feel like a weight has been lifted from you, like you're floating. And it's a really beautiful feeling. This is your natural state of being, just peace and love, and just, again, like you're floating. So keep in mind during these infusions of light that everything is amplified. So if you're positive and happy, that will increase. If you're negative and angry, that will increase. So it's very important to make sure you're present and to self-correct as needed. So if you feel yourself moving into a place where you're not happy about something and you're kind of going, oh, here we go, it just takes a moment to stop and shift that so you don't continue down that vein, because you want to be as high vibration as possible. And as our personal and planetary vibration rises, the illusion will slip away, providing clarity, which then dissolves our old 3D world. It's kind of like wiping the sleep away from your eyes after you awaken. You slowly regain the awareness and the remembrance of your true self, and that you have never been lost or alone. You've just been dreaming. So, yeah, okay, thank you. Yes. So last month I experienced what is called a life review. Normally this happens once you pass and cross over, which at that point you are given the choice to view your incarnation that you just left. This has happened to me before and it got brought up again. And a life review shows you how your life has affected others by the choices that you made, as well as those who affected you by their choices. So if you can imagine, it's like a 360-degree surround sound of feelings, thoughts, and actions. The ones that you did or didn't take, because everything is a choice whether you choose to take action or not. So I began to witness my life's key points in movie form, showing me how I could have made different choices. And even though those were painful moments in my life, I felt as a viewer no attachment to them at all. I just observed these clips, knowing that I did the best that I could within that moment, as we all do. So I was aware of that, and then the next morning, it came into my awareness that we don't have to wait to die to experience a life review. We are able to watch it now for the purposes of not carrying our grief and trauma forward into the next life. So we can observe our lives without judgment by accepting the choices that we made. Again, not going into the place of, good or bad, right or wrong, but by observing the how and the where, we can do better by applying that knowledge within our lives now. So if you witness something that you went, oh, that wasn't so pleasant to look at, and I could have done X, Y, Z, you can take that and apply that moving forward in your life now and say, oh, I don't want to repeat that. I've learned that lesson. And so now let me move forward, knowing that I've got that and I don't need to repeat that again. So you don't have to wait till you're crossed over to change. So by observing now, you can free yourself of any attachments liberating yourself from any limitations in your future. And remembering to have compassion and love for yourself and others as we go through this process. Which brings us to our current state of affairs. There are those on the world stage at this time who are choosing to intimidate, berate, bully, and blame others. These are individuals who are seeking to keep and hold on to control while hiding their own insecurities and personal and global agendas. As we continue to deconstruct all parts of our current society, it's up to humanity to unite and show compassion to everyone while we go through these massive changes. So there are a lot of people, yes, thank you. There are many people that are being challenged at this time. So whether someone has lost their job, their health insurance, their home, or a loved one, now is the time to show that compassion and unity instead of getting caught up in the drama and the trauma of what is the outer world is presenting. We all have something to share, whether it's our time, money, or a lending hand, a helping hand. Know what your strengths are and offer to share them. So you may be really good at something, and somebody else needs that, and you have the time and the ability to do that. Then do that, even if you only spend a short amount of time. It would help others immensely by doing that. I am not necessarily gifted carpenter. I can't build anything, but I can be present and listen and give guidance. So I'm able to do that. So whatever it is that you're able to do, now is the time to start presenting unity instead of division. It would also help during this deconstruction period to think smaller for the time being, in the sense of shop locally, help the smaller business owners out, and develop new and creative ways to provide for yourself and your family. This will help avoid experiencing delays and shortages, which will occur. So you can start a garden, you can barter your time or experiences or products that you may have. Anything that will make your life easier as we go through these disruptions. And we would like you to look at it as and come from not the sense of deprivation or lack, but come from the sense of community and what we can do for each other. There were times in humanity that this was commonplace, and we have gotten to a point where, there are many people who are just looking to help themselves and not others. So we need to be aware of that. And if you're already doing that, that's wonderful. If you need to take a closer look at, am I really serving others or am I serving myself? Now is the time to take a look at that. So as we enter the golden age of compassion, we are becoming self-governing. Eventually, we will be leaving behind the system that we now know. And once again, we will be rejoining our galactic family. There's still, for 2026, is still slated for disclosure and visitation. So denial will be fruitless on the part of governments as more and more sightings and landings will take place. So along with disclosures about contact, secret government bases, and experiments, which have been going on for a very long time, will be coming to the surface with whistleblowers and actually the government's actually coming out and admitting it, which will be shocking for some, and some will be angry that they weren't aware of all that was going on. The Acturians and Palladians have also been reaching out to me, the councils, speaking and sharing their wisdom of events to come and what to expect. So, should you feel fear arise in any form, know that by acknowledging that fear, you disintegrate it. It has no power. So it's a good reminder. They're giving me the acronym for fear. I'm sure you've heard of it before: false evidence appearing real. And they're actually saying, write it down someplace where you can see it, on a post-it note, in your phone, wherever. So when you feel that moment of fear also, you can go, wait a minute, is this a real fear, or is this just that false evidence? And there's really nothing to back it up. So they're asking you to please, please, please use your discernment at this time, because there is so much misinformation out there. I run across it constantly, and it's like, well, that's not true, so you have to really use your discernment with anything that comes in front of you at this time. Okay, they're showing me a coyote, and it's something that I experienced the other day. I was on my walk and I was on top of this very high rock, and I was looking down at the gully below just to see what was there. And I thought I saw what was a big jackrabbit. I'm going, wow, he's really big. But when I got my phone out and took a look, it was actually a coyote. And even though I was at a distance, he was looking right at me. And I'm thinking, wow, how do you even see me? But I guess they have much better vision than we do. So I had to take a minute, because the coyote symbolism is that of the trickster. You can think of the Norse god Loki, the god of mischief. If you've watched the Marvel movies, you kind of get the drift. So he continued to stare at me, and I checked in wondering, is this something around me? Is there some type of trickster energy that I need to be aware of? And I quickly heard them say, no, it's the collective energy. And I kind of went, oh, which this type of energy likes to play tricks, but it's playing tricks on humanity as a whole. It's trying to create chaos where there was none. And this type of energy likes to stir the pot just to get people upset and angry. And you can see it's working, okay? So they would like you to stop and feel and ask, what is this energy trying to teach us? And what wisdom can be gained from this? Coyote energy loves to play tricks and will work indirectly and around about to get the point across. Okay, so for those who are old enough to remember this, Wile E. Coyote, the cartoon, if you remember this, the coyote was always trying to trick the rabbit and get him, but Bugs Bunny always outsmarted him. And this is the kind of energy that they're saying that's going on, constant trickery. And it's the same for humanity. So they're asking, we don't have to fall in that trap. We can outwit those trying to keep us in fear by showing compassion and unity. So actually, okay, they're saying opposite day. Think opposite day. So if you see something upsetting, then flip the script and do something compassionate and helpful, because that not only changes that other person's vibration, but it also changes yours. And at this time, the councils would ask that if you're not already envisioning the new earth, that you begin to visualize and create your new reality. What would you like what would you like, and what would that new earth look like to you? No wars, no conflict, a clean and healthy planet, abundance, peace, harmony, unity. And what would that feel like to you if you had all those things? Joyous, happy, ecstatic. I know I constantly see these beautiful emerald green forests, crystalline and beautiful flowing crystalline waters with emeralds in them and different types of gemstones. And it's absolutely beautiful and it's peaceful. So you have no limitation to your visions. And we are on that threshold of massive change. So each one of you holds a particular vision of the new earth within you. It doesn't have to be a certain or one way. And they're asking you, now is the time to activate those visions that you have within and bring them into fruition. Now for those of you that are going, well, that sounds a little crazy. I've never thought of that, or never, thought there could be anything different. Well, they're showing me a movie clip. There are lots of movies that have beautiful fantasy scenarios, they're saying. So why wouldn't you want to bring something that moves you into this new earth? Because we're all creators, we get to create what we wish. So they want you to really think about that and start envisioning every day what that would look like for you and how you would enjoy it and how you would live in peace with others. Okay, anything else? Okay, all right. Okay, so just a couple of notes. This month we will receive another round of photonic light. So rest is really important as we continually receive these light codes. I know myself, I've been absolutely exhausted and taking rest whenever I can because I need it. I just need it. So if you feel that way, please do the same. And in April's Community of Masters, we have the honor of Ma'at, the Egyptian goddess of truth, that will be speaking, which couldn't be better timing, as we will also be teaching about how to enter the heart space. So if you're interested in joining us, all the details are available on my website, which is listed in the description box below. And it's very funny that today is also the spring equinox as I'm recording this. So we're going to bring forth through the portal the activations that they're sending through today that we will be receiving. So again, everything is always in perfect timing. So again, and if you're new to light language, if you've never heard it or experienced before, there's nothing you need to do but just close your eyes, relax, and allow the codes and the symbols to just flow through your body and let them go wherever they need to. Okay? Let us begin. The urapa asu ita anye ne ya tu asu. Arenyatu ipia a asetea a kananea. Arenyinitu su dinia kuriti. Karo urentia su ishta. Manuna ea aka. La arenya usu upia. La tu utea neasa. Ne oku uparantea ane. Se itiatu nana aku orpisi tita shaante itia ronenya yaranya te pariate su uranta to kriantu su ipista ate na aranata Baruranda randeaka soriana atuariaya sopiriana yananisi tiatariato suukor. Receive, receive, receive. Akurimia aka nene uriana aka lahayoria tasu okukopata nea iarenaya nariano su ipia yatia su uten hareniana tosu ambia hareniato su ianyana nariara tosu ipia kuria aka asu naria ariana tusia upara aikea na a me a te su uiane akaye su urma aya na itiaran su u rantia su ukara tariane asu taria pa akuran de asu shindi apa shutia asu sutiana kuramba suta na ayega dariana no nea tarina su na harania pe tu urtishta lahaya neaka noria piosu itia suya mayaka yanu koria pshtute nani nai aka araniata duriachu suyani activate, activate, activate. Kari piaruda sanea karana yanenia suinia. Garada piaorina yana subiata shutrina niaka sopa nanea urana setiaka loriamiaka notewarana wiwawa kiante sua nariaka. Okay. I picked up these codes were for higher consciousness, heart codes, unity, consciousness, and compassion. So, very beautiful. So again, let this resonate. You can come back as often as you want and listen to it again as you receive another level of consciousness each time you hear it. So thank you so much for watching and for joining us. Have a wonderful April, and I will see you next time in May. I forgot what month it was. In May, we'll see you back in May. Thank you so much. Sending you so much blessings. Till then. Okay. Take care. Bye.